Greetings. Good morning, sleepyhead.
I'm here. I did it somehow.
Thanks for getting up again to come and listen to me talk shite.
Oh, shit. You know I love it, man.
Fun times. Well, just passed 400 subscribers on YouTube, so
Hell
there's
yeah.
a little milestone. There's people. Here's the funny thing: we're getting new people like every week. There's somebody new coming aboard, and people aren't leaving. You know, there might be a wee blip now and again, but generally we're growing. It's just excruciatingly slow for some reason.
Yeah, you gotta love the fucking algorithms. How just shit pops up. Don't get it.
Well, basically, if you're not a multi-mega corporation paying stupid amounts of money in advertising, then you get buried.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't happen organically, you know, as in you have a core base just pushing you, you get buried.
Yeah.
But just got to keep plugging on. At the end of the day, do what we do. It's all about having a laugh.
Yeah. We have them. We definitely have them.
Yeah. But we're at that dangerous point where just big enough that the fucking freaks are starting to like take notice. They always take notice first.
It's because they have nothing better to do with their lives.
No, that's it. The fucking they're just looking for their next target, aren't they? You know, so they can feel powerful. Speaking of which, did you see the news article I did? Which I read out.
I didn't see the article, but god damn it, did I see the comments?
And fucking hell, most of them. By the way, it wasn't me. I think YouTube's doing the white knight thing and come in and either deleted them or people have started seeing other comments, realizing that the article wasn't what they thought.
Oh, that's funny. I mean, that's probably it.
I stepped in a clickbait mine. Do you know what I mean? And when when I do the horrific news, I just pick a news article, something pops up. Because a lot will be just reading bloody disgusting every week, and they read from other articles. So it's like third party. So I've started scanning, looking for anything, just to try and get a variety of news sources. So the article was utter bullshit, by the way. And as I was reading the article out, about two or three paragraphs into it, I'm like, this is a bullshit article. So I wasn't even going with that, I was debunking it.
Oh, that's great.
And these absolute fucking lunatics. Here, I've saved a couple for our viewing pleasure.
This is so good, people.
Oh, man. Right. You're a bit more au fait with the world than me. Explain these profiles.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't...
by the way, Instagram won't let me copy the full conversation for some reason. I would have to like screenshot it on the phone and take it and do weird stuff, but it can't be arsed with. But the posts are still up there if you want to go look for them. But basically, I just shared the article, and I always keep the title closest to the title of the article as well. But I put a big question mark, you know, as in, huh? Straight away, what did I get? Not true. My girl said on a podcast she will leave after season 2 filming done. Like, I asked them, did you watch the video? No.
I mean, it's so hard for people to do that.
Yeah, it's like, actually judge me. Like, if you have a go at me about what I actually say, fair enough. Like, I've had arguments about when I've done stuff in the Alien franchise. People who absolutely love Prometheus and Covenant having a go. But the said blah, blah, blah on what I said, I'm like, yep, fair enough. We'll agree to disagree. Everyone moves along happily. These absolute lunatics jump on a video that they don't even watch and just straight away go off in one. And it's like, what the hell?
Yeah, you gotta love how easily offended people get these days.
Yeah, so I asked them, did you watch the video? No. Video unavailable for false news. Like, no, it's still up. What the fuck?
It's like, yeah, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah. And I just said, who's lying now? Nobody lying. Go ahead, keep posting the 5 people actually interacting with you.
It's like, dude, you're literally interacting right now. Are you part of the 5?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I put my fucking face out there, and I put my words out there. What's this dickhead doing? Fucking
right.
Avatar. And it's all about, like, they're busy doing it on the back of someone else. Not impersonating, blah, blah, blah. Jenna and I are blah, blah, blah. You know, fucking humping the leg of somebody more famous. So I cherish my 5 interactions, thank you.
Right.
Because I've fucking earned them on me. Fucking arse. Is it this next one? Yeah. Fucking check this, arsehole light.
Yeah, I got the email for that notification. I was like, what the fuck did I miss? That's how I first found out about all this. What the fuck?
Right, first of all, like, they don't post themselves. Oh, I'm putting the screen so we can see. I'm not fucking Raj with these arseholes like a week later. Been saving us up. So they don't even post their own face. Like, I can make a profile hiding beside somebody else famous, sure, and I'll post videos of them, and I'm sure I'll get loads of likes.
Right.
But this is a pure troll account. They don't post themselves, and all they do is fucking go around. Like, what way is that to live your life?
Yeah, I don't.
Answers the postcard, please.
Yeah, fucking idiots, man.
Is this not a weak content? Yeah, see us, fucker. This one actually deleted. I don't know whether they deleted their next comment. This is the one that set me off. Right? I don't know whether they deleted their next comment or YouTube did, but basically, you start filming next week and Aaron, stop lying. Right. Okay, first of all, watch the fucking video. And you'll see I called the journalist rather unpleasant names for making up a bullshit article for a start. So I'm not even, like, technically we're on the same side of this.
Right. That's the great part. It's like you're not even consuming the content that's being released. You have no opinion on this. You're just a dumb fuck.
But when I guess you didn't bother watching the video then. You know, that was like simple, because if you'd watched the video, you'd understand that I fucking actually debunked the article, like going, what the hell? Because it just popped up like, this is about, even when I started off the video, I'm like, this is a bit random. Let's have a look at it, because that's what you do. But the one they sent afterwards is like, you're a big dumb fuck, blah, 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 and just was fucking like the one of just a tirade of abuse.
Oh, that's great.
And I'm just like, what the actual fuck?
Yeah, you get so offended. This isn't even a real interaction.
Like, and also hiding behind a random handle and an avatar. Not even, in fact, I haven't even got the ability to create an avatar. It's just a letter.
Right.
Oh, is that where it was from? Right. Okay. Right. That makes sense. Is this your troll account?
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Right. Okay, forget everything. It was all Adam. It was all Adam and his 20 sock.
All right, debunked.
Mystery solved.
Freaking turd. Sounded a lot like him and his, terrible spelling or something.
Yeah, and this went across, because don't forget, this channel is on multiple platforms. So this is just spread across the board. There's no one. Yeah. This one is actually quite decent. And this is fair enough. This is someone actually read the video. You know, just for information, Inside the Magic is notorious simple making shit up. So they actually saw me read the article, watch the video, and like, okay, by the way, that's a bullshit site. Fair enough. At least,
right. That's nice when somebody's like, hey, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's fair enough. If I was sitting agreeing with everything, you know what I mean, the article said, fair enough. Is there anyone else? Or did I? Yeah. And honestly, you'd think you're acting with children. Fair enough. Right. Didn't even watch the video. And by the stage, I'm fucking burnt out with people just across the board. And these, by the way, there were an absolute ton of comments deleted, and it was not me, because I was going to mine this for this occasion.
Fuck yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you? This is hilarious.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? If you were going to do that, then guess what? I'm fucking mining you and making content from you.
Right.
Blah, 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 blah. You know, and I'm like, didn't watch the video. I just did my own research. What the fuck?
Yeah,
absolute
idiots,
dingbats.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't get. It's a quick video. Just watch the fucking video.
But the thing is, as well, these are grown adults. Like they're when you see some but honestly, like late 20s, 30s. If I was interacting with a bunch of 12-year-olds, fair enough, it would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
But holy shit, these are grown adults. What the hell's wrong with the world?
Yeah, how sad is your life that this is ultimately what you live for? Because that's what it's got to be.
Here's the thing: if I have something to say, I'll fucking say it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll not hide behind an avatar. Here I am.
Mm-hmm.
And these wee dweebs wouldn't even do that. So they wouldn't even come and meet me in person. Do you know what I mean? If they're not even brave enough to stick their own face and they're hiding behind celebrities, like if that's a profile, anyone can make a celebrity profile. You've seen it all the time. In fact, Instagram is horrendous for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's an absolute bullshit platform.
Oh, yeah.
Such and such a fans with the Z, fucking blah, 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 blah. You know, just humping the leg of people who have actually done their own work. And the thing is, I have no problem with Jenna Ortega. She just seems like a nice girl.
Right. She's a shitty actor, but, whatever. She seems like a nice enough person.
She's not going out winding people up, but she really doesn't deserve this level of retard for a fan. Like, nobody deserves that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I can take her or leave her, that sort of thing. If she's on something, but I'm like, I've no personal qualms against her, but I just thought it was an interesting article. And then when I read it, I'm like, this is utter bullshit. And these absolute lunatics.
Yeah, it's so fucking funny. I mean, it's not. It's terrible, and it's an example of why the human race needs to be ended, but we can laugh about it.
Yeah. No, I believe that's Cameron's Cuddly Cthulhu.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Cthulhu. He's got a little butt and everything. It's great.
Great old one. Yeah. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. It just... sometimes you're just like, why am I doing this? These are the fucking idiots that you're dealing with.
Right.
Oh, and thanks for everyone for jumping on that do follow the channel and...
talk more shit.
Yeah. No, but the thing is, I don't even want people to attack these fuckers because that's what they're after. That's their whole life. But just... if you've watched the video, just say that, okay, yeah, by the way, yeah, I agree with what you've done. Yeah. Oh, by the way, watch out for that article like that one of the people did. Fair enough. But fucking just... And I just realized as well that this is the standard of comments. Any comment section are people just have their freaking gears wired a certain way and they're just launching in for the attack. And 9 times out of 10, they're not even reading or watching. They're going by the title and just jumping on. And it's like, you wonder why you get articles in the comment section just so retarded. Yeah,
it's always a great example of, again, the human race just not needing to exist. Anytime you go through the comment section of anything.
Was it always like this?
No, I don't think it was.
Do you remember it was only weirdos were on the internet? Do you remember that used to be the stigma? If you were on the internet, you were a weirdo.
Yeah, because I was one of those weirdos.
Yeah, so was I. And I don't know, it seemed to be happier times.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's because not everybody had access, so not everybody used it. As soon as you give an idiot a tool, they're going to stick it up their nose and shit all over you.
Yeah, it seemed to be once the Great Unwashed came on board that everything went to rat shit. Like the people we were trying to escape from in the first place, because fucking daily interactions with these mouth breathers is just painful. Like I can't anymore. I genuinely just can't deal with blatant stupidity.
Yeah, it's hard.
I can't even nod and smell. That's why I can't be in a customer service, any form of customer service industry or people facing. I just can't do it anymore.
So I'm lucky. I'm in a field where I can just tell people quite literally to go fuck themselves, and that's okay.
Yeah, well, if I could draw, I'd be doing that. But I can't.
Hey, man, I know a lot of motherfuckers that can't draw to save their lives that do it. So it's not out of reach.
Ah, man. I don't know. I just despair sometimes, and I think like when things get more traction, the idiots come first. It seems to be you have to go through this sort of crucible,
right,
before getting through to the other side. So, is this progress?
No. No, this is definitely the opposite of that.
I meant for the channel. Is the channel making it?
Oh, progress. Oh, yeah. No, of course. That's how it goes. Like the more
is this the part of going through the crucible of stupidity?
Yeah, man. This is just like growing pains. Like, it comes. Like you're gonna have more people talk shit when you have more people view. So it's good. Growth is growth.
Fun times. Anyway, talking of growth, we're getting some Evil Dead movies.
Hell yeah, we are. I'm pretty excited for that, actually.
Yeah, 2 new Evil Dead movies are now in the works. Sebastian, is that Vanasek?
Yeah, that's what we'll say.
A to Z.
There's nobody here to argue with us, so yes, that's how.
Or is this going to be the next thing where people jump on? You pronounced that wrong. You're a bigot.
You know what? If that's what makes me a bigot, then I guess I'm a bigot. It's like, I don't know what those symbols are. Dumb weird. American. Come on.
I don't remember that image.
Mm-mm.
Is that just a random image?
No, I think it's from...
Is that from the remake?
Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. I'm pretty sure.
But has it been brightened up? Because the Evil Dead Rise and the 2013 one weren't that bright.
No, they're very, very
dark. It's a 2016 remake, right? Has it just been brightened up? Because it's not. I don't remember it being that bright.
Yeah. Must be like a production still or some shit, because I don't remember it ever being that bright. At least not once everybody's turned, because of course everybody turns at night.
Yeah. Oh well. Anyway, just a couple of months after we learned that our friend who made is directing the next installment in the Evil Dead film franchise. We've learned today that it's not even the only new Evil Dead movie currently in the works. Deadline reports today that Ghost House Pictures has just hired Francis Gallupi to write and direct yet another brand new Evil Dead movie. Deadline adds the project is described as an original story that Gallupi developed and brought to Raimi and team. No word on a plot, who will be producing, as it's early days here. It's similarly early days for Sebastian Vanacek's untitled Evil Dead movie, which we know nothing about at this time, but stay tuned for more reporting as we learn more on both films. Right, so, no information.
Yeah. Good old bloody disgusting.
Yep.
Here's a long-winded article of us saying,
Yeah, that's why I started looking for other news outlets.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's all they do, is they regurgitate other... At least, my excuse is, at least I put it in a different format. So, for those that, like, Jenna Ortega fans that can't read, I read it out.
Yeah.
But then again, I read it out in a funny accent. So, if you're, like, your typical Southern California mouth breather who hears nothing but Southern California people, you're going to cry because it's like, oh, it's different. I'm triggered. But anyway, the new course for the Evil Dead franchise is for Sam Raimi to hand-select hot up-and-coming filmmakers who put their own spin on the Deadites, which has been working exceedingly well for the bloody saga. There's only one movie come out. What are you on about?
Yeah, it's like it's happened.
Calm down. 5 movies in, you can make a statement like that.
Yeah, or hell, even 2. Like it's not a.
Supposedly,
much of a franchise.
Fede Alvarez did, the remake, and he was pretty new at that point, wasn't he?
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I don't remember, honestly.
Oh yeah, as I just said, Fede Alvarez directed the remake 2013, which paved the way for Lee Cronin's Evil Dead Rise last year. Was that last year?
Yeah.
Why do I think that was longer?
It's been a long fucking year.
I'm just like, okay, that was 50 reviews ago.
Right. I mean, one might say that you're a little busy.
The last stop in Yuma County, Francis Libby's feature debut that impressed Grammy and the team hasn't yet been released. It's currently set for a theatrical and at-home premiere. Oh, for fuck's sake. This bullshit again. Release it in the cinema, wait a bit, then release it in streaming. Then you'll not wonder why your movies don't make money.
Right.
Fucking dumb bastards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't understand that model at all.
Francis
plus, it's also like it's only in theaters for like a week or so. It's like you don't even get a chance to see the fucking thing.
Yeah, people think I don't know, these idiots think that you're just waiting. Like, you know what all they do is go to social event to social event, and that's their whole thing.
Mm.
I think they believe that we're the same. That, oh, right, I got to be at this event. And that's all I do.
Yeah, fuck that.
But if you've got shit planned, well, guess what? You're not going to see the movie for maybe another week. Like, if I've got streams planned, well, guess what? They take priority.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll go and see something. I'm not going to be chopping and changing and running after whatever's new, because that's crap.
Right. Yeah, it's probably dog shit anyways.
Yeah. But I've talked about this ad nauseum now. Go back, use the same business model just with the new technology. Opening cinemas first. That's your major cash cow. Leave a decent amount of time and then go to streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Same way as it used to be. You went from the cinema to VHS to the TV.
Mm-hmm.
So you then go from when it went from the cinema to DVD to TV, from cinema to Blu-ray. You know what I mean? The technology changed, but the business model stayed the same because it worked.
Yeah.
So all you do is replace the Blu-ray with streaming.
Mm-hmm.
If they pay enough. If not, you do your Blu-ray release. And maybe just swap it around. So you have streaming for a year, and then you have your limited edition Blu-rays come out.
Mm-hmm.
Job done. Like, I'm no business person, but fucking hell, that makes sense to me. Rather than releasing things at the same time and then wondering why you're not making any money at the cinema.
Right.
And then the cinemas are getting pissed off, and then they're closing down, then you're losing that whole avenue.
Yeah, and that seems like a miserable existence, living without a movie theater. Like, I don't want to live in that world.
No. And you can have the biggest screen you want. It's still your house. You need to get it's cabin fever as a thing.
Mm-hmm.
As much, even as comfortable as you are, it's still you need to go out and, as they say, touch grass. I like that term. That's a modern term. It's only one of the few modern terms I actually like, because it's so true. If you just live with this thing, and I do spend a considerable amount of time in front of the screen, but I do remember to go out the front door every now and again.
Mm-hmm. Like, what's this bright light touching me?
No, well, I'm in the UK. We don't get bright light.
I guess that's true.
don't need to worry about that. The clouds get a bit brighter. It's still bloody cold over here.
Dude, we got fucking like hail and shit last night, and it was like low 50s, like in the middle of the fucking night. It's like it's supposed to be almost summer. What the hell?
I know. I'm like getting annoyed because I'm like, I'm gonna turn my heating off completely, and I can't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same. It's like I'm constantly switching between heat and air conditioning.
Yeah.
Well, it kills me too is it's like it's almost time to garden. No, it's too fucking cold outside to garden.
Yeah, I redid my window boxes there last week. That was fun.
Nice.
And that's about as much as do. I managed to keep plants actually alive. I think I've sort of figured out, like, I had a basil plant, and I mean, it was glorious.
Mm-hmm.
And then overnight, it just died on me, and I broke my heart.
Damn.
Because I watched this thing go from like a pot to like humongous,
and
then overnight just wilted. I'm like, what did I do? What? And I just never got another basil plant since, because I'm like, I couldn't deal with that loss again.
Yeah, man, it's rough. You get attached, like, quite a bit.
But Sam Raimi, it looks like he's getting ready to pass the torch, and he's giving other people a shot. What do you think?
I'm cool with it. Like, as long as he's involved, like, I'm okay with it. Because I mean, ultimately, it's his say. Like, hey, you know, this is fucking stupid, or hey, this is golden. Like, it's good. I mean, of course, rather see him do some shit, but whatever. If he's involved, at least I'm okay. I'm okay.
What are we getting on about? Like making a movie's like long hours, quite physical, being somewhere and running about and stuff. So, you know, sad fact of life is we all get older. And if you've kind of made your mark in the world anyway, like, do I need to be spending 18 hours a day on a studio set dealing with actors?
Right. Well, and then also to go from like making Marvel movies to doing your own essentially indie shit, like same problems are there, just a whole lot less money. So I can see that being quite rough.
Yeah. But I like the fact that he's just looking to give people a bit of a leg up. That's not, you don't see that too often in Hollywood.
No,
it's normally the opposite.
Definitely not.
It's normally if you're not part of the nepotism group and shaking the right hands or rubbed your genitals against the right person, you're getting nowhere. But it's nice to see a director that like enjoys filmmaking. Like that's Sam Raimi's one of the few that is a genuine filmmaker.
Oh yeah,
and enjoys the art. So it's nice to see. I still can't figure out Lee Cronin how, because I watched that one, the movie he made, and I just can't see the connection.
Yeah, I still.
Sam Raimi watched that movie and went, "Yeah, that's my next Evil Dead director." You know what I mean? Obviously, that's why I'm not a famous movie director, because I just don't join those dots.
Yeah, it's always fun, that kind of jump.
But it worked out. Although Evil Dead Rise isn't the most rewatchable movie.
It's fun. It was good, but yeah, I think I've only seen it twice.
You watch the first bit's cool, but you need to jump the bit where Homegirl goes to the apartment and skip right to things start happening and just get past those two kids. Because they are annoying.
I mean, they're annoying, but that's also the catalyst for how the book gets discovered. So it's like,
yeah,
kind of need them.
Yeah, but you kind of, if you skip past their monologue and acting bits till they start turning into deadites, then you can carry on with the movie.
Yeah.
But here's a random one as well. Another Happy Death Day movie.
Dude, I fucking love those movies.
I actually like the second one. Didn't seem to have done as well, but I like the second one.
Yeah, I loved the second one. The second one had me crying a lot, but it was a good movie.
But yeah,
yeah, I'm pretty stoked on another one.
Jessica Roth keeps the hope alive for third Happy Death Day movie. Like, it was just the first one was parody of the whole high school teeny bopper thing, which I'm all down for because it's a lot of silly people, and it's good to lampoon that sort of stuff. And I can't remember why was she doing it again, because she talked to her boyfriend or something, or she had a boyfriend that she wanted. Was that what it was all about, the first one?
They
revealed at the end why she was the killer.
I'm drawing a blank, honestly.
Like, the second one was just mad science, time travel, messing about. You know, it was just fun. But it's now been 5 years since the release of the sequel, Happy Death Day to You, Christopher Landon sequel to the Groundhog Day style slasher movie from 2017. Both films star Jessica Roth as final girl Tree Gelbman, and director Christopher Landon has been planning on bringing the character and the actor back for a third installment. So where is it?
Yeah, let's see this shit.
Yeah, I think it's another an article with a region.
Oh, of course.
We've been talking about a potential Happy Death Day 3 for several years now, with the ball in producer Jason Blum's court. Happy Death Day to You scored up 64 million at the worldwide box office, a far cry from the first film's 125 million. But with a reported production budget of just 9 million, the first sequel is profitable for Blumhouse. So again, where is it? That's because they spent all their money on the Exorcist franchise. There's no money left, and it bombed.
Right.
I've made impulse purchases in the time, but that's what it takes a biscuit.
Oh, that's funny.
What did they work out? What they paid for the franchise was like the same budget as like 12 of their movies.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I was like, what are you doing? Anyway, chatting with Screen Geek this week while promoting. Do you know what? See if Bloody Disgusting ever gets a direct source. I don't think they'll know what to do with it.
No,
if somebody actually goes,
I really don't.
I'm going to talk to Bloody Disgusting, they'll be like, I've never talked directly to the person before.
How do we spin this? I don't know how.
I am confused. While promoting their new action thriller Boy Kills World, franchise star Jessica Roth provided a hopeful update on Happy Death Day 3. Well, I can say Chris Landon has the whole thing figured out. Roth explains, we just need to wait for Blumhouse and Universal to get their ducks in a row. Well, there you go. Universal's involved.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's your fucking problem right there.
Universal's involved. It's fucked. Also, just go back to the first question. So where is it? Next, save yourself a bit of typing. Universal's involved. End of article.
Yeah.
Why is this all going to rat shit? Universal is involved. And you can interchange that with Warner Brothers, Disney.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Amazon, interchange with any of those stupid corporations because they're all the same. You all think, talk, act, produce the same shit. I mean, and they're all that ridiculous. So there's your problem. Universal's involved. You think Blumhouse was big enough? And the fact that they've teamed up with Atomic Monster, why are they involved in Universal?
Oh, because that's where the real money is, I'd imagine.
Like, this could be released. Well, they can't get films into cinemas on their own at all?
I mean, not if Universal has the rights.
So it's one of them sort of...
Oh, I'm pretty sure I'd believe it. I mean, it's just like with scripts, like books aren't even released, and companies buy up the rights for the film options, and then they just sit and waste. So, I could see it being something like that because those movies were good. They're really good. I really liked them.
And for the budgets, that if they're turning a tidy profit, that's what you want at the end of the day,
right?
Which horror is, I don't know, kind of famous for.
Yeah.
Not spending shitloads on a movie and making the money back tenfold.
Like literally financing the entire industry as it has since the inception of cinema.
Silly bastards.
Right.
Back in 2020, Christopher Landon has revealed that the working title for the third installment was Happy Death Day to Us. Said to be different than the other two films. You would like to think so.
Right? It's like,
how come these directors can't talk? There's another one I was quoting in an article, and they just cannot put two words together. Oh, it was the Muppet that created the Blair Witch Project. That fucker cannot speak.
Must be all the PTSD from their experience. Yeah, it's like if you're gonna interview somebody, or be interviewed by somebody, at least maybe be able to articulate a sentence.
Don't serve portions of word soup. Just keep it simple. I think that's what they try to do. They try to be arty-farty. And I'm so intellectual. And all they do is they sound like they still need Velcro shoes.
Right.
Just has the opposite effect. So anyway, in the meantime, Christopher Landon is directing a mysterious thriller titled Drop for Blumhouse and Platinum Dunes, along with a werewolf movie titled Big Bad for Lionsgate. There we go. Fun times ahead.
There's the actual news at the end of the article.
Yeah.
That's why I don't ever read Bloody Disgusting. It's all just bullshit. It's fluff.
Yeah, that's why I've stepped away, and then I get abuse for just reporting articles and debunking them at the same time. It's like, okay, good morons. But anyway, I don't know about you. I'm sick of the modern world.
I am too.
Shall we go back to the 90s?
Hell yeah. A magical era that should never be revisited.
Let's step into the vault. Oh, this is glorious.
I fucking love this movie.
Moon Productions in all its glory.
Dude, I mean, this is Uncle Charlie at his prime when he owned a fucking castle in Italy and was like, how do I justify owning a castle in Italy? Well, I know. I'm just going to film everything there. That's fucking genius, man. Love that, man.
Why the hell not? Make it work for you.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about Castle Freak.
Fuck yeah.
Starts off a wee bit of a slow burner, but
it's so abrupt too. Like, this isn't like a traditional full moon movie where you get the goofy Richard Band score coming in that's ominous, yet it sounds like it could be in a kid's movie. No, this just starts like immediately. No score, no nothing, just an old lady cutting some bread and some sausage. And it's like, God, did I accidentally hit skip? It's great.
Yeah, and I'm looking at her going, that's why I'm fat. Because if you're only taking those 2 slices and a bit of bread, I'd have that whole thing. Like,
right.
If it was me, that whole sausage would be on the bread. Never mind just 2 slices.
Yeah, right.
And then we realize it's not for her.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, we'll see lots of shots with the kitty. I'm like, when's the kitty getting it?
Mm-hmm.
Because you just know that's happening.
Yeah, because there's no fucking way in hell a cat's not going to be like, nobody's here. I'm eating that fucking bread and eating that sausage. Like, that's what cats do.
Yeah, just get in your face like, meh.
Or just wait till you turn your back and then steal the fucker. Like, my cats don't even do that shit. They'll just steal it from your hand as you're getting ready to eat.
You just get the claw. I remember we cat Leo, and that was his thing. Actually, he had a thing. He came back of that sofa and he just whapped me in the head. And then when I did that, he'd be like, down to whatever it was. I'd be doing that. And he'd sure whatever it was away. I'm like, you wee shit, you got me again.
Fucking cats, man.
Yeah. Apparently they've remade this in 2020.
Yeah, I knew about that, but I never saw it.
I saw the poster of the main character, and I'm just getting Boss Girl vibes. Just it's all about her. She's not even come with her family this time. She's a grown adult, and I'm just getting warning signals about it.
Gotcha.
It's like, leave it alone. If you can't make anything yourself, stop remaking. If that's all you can do, then piss off.
I mean, stop remaking, period. But, that's just my own personal opinion.
But yeah, we'll have her come down, like a slice of bread and the 2 tiny slivers of sausage. God, she really made life difficult for herself too. Like, this is massive, like clunk, 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 clunk down the stairs.
Yeah, that's a lot of fucking stairs, man. That's the one running theme throughout this movie is just like, I couldn't do that. I would just die. Fuck those stairs.
You'd have a constitution on you like nobody's business, like doing that a couple of times a day. Poof.
Right.
Marathons, no bother.
Yeah, it's great. It's like, oh, okay, she's gonna go feed this poor thing. Nope, she's gonna beat the living shit out of him with one of the gnarliest floggers ever.
Yeah, that is not that's Cat of Nine Tails' big brother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like Cat of Nine Tails is just a tickle compared to that thing. God, that's made out of hatred.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, that's probably an heirloom from the olden days where they would actually just beat their servants.
I think that's actually custom made just to kill. I mean, that's flogged to death sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but she just wailing into him, and you hear pathetic cries. You're like, oh shit, what the hell's that about? You bitch.
Yeah, just like, I mean, I get it. I mean, that's how I usually get fed by my wife is, here's food, whack. But still, it's excessive.
Yeah, she doesn't use that thing. She uses the normal whip.
Nah, just use her hand. She doesn't need to use implements.
And to add insult to injury, the cat eats the sausage.
Mm-hmm. I mean, fucking he wasn't, so why not?
Yeah, I'm not getting whipped, so I'm going to eat.
Yeah, the best part is, of course, she does that. She exerts herself. Then she goes back upstairs. It's like, huh, this isn't right. And then dies in bed from a heart attack. It's like, that's what you get, you fucking asshole.
Yeah. Slap that right up you. But of course, we then skip forward. I don't know. Time's a bit of a problem with this.
Yeah, it's you don't really know how long it's been. And one of your notes is the whole cat surviving that long. It's like it's a fucking cat. I believe it. I mean, it could get out, could go fucking mouse hunting, or probably ate her legs or something.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, not even just their dam, but the fact that they'd have to go in and like for probate, document everything, and have an executor. Say, a lot of time will go past, but we don't really get a sense of that. It's like
no, like they throw a little bit of mock mold on her face, and we're supposed to assume that okay, she's been dead for a long time.
And then that's add that on the top of her being found, and then having to do the post-mortem, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? It does, and I know I'm maybe thinking a wee bit too much about
yeah,
it.
You shouldn't think with these kinds of movies.
Yeah, but it's things like that actually take me out of it. I think I've said this before. It's the ground, the reality side of things, and then the rest of it can make sense. You can accept the fantastical, but if you ground reality, and especially time's a big jarring thing. If you can't get a grip on how much time passes in a movie or series, that really throws you off.
Yeah.
Traveling's a thing as well. How long it takes from them to get the A to B. And then if you can't scale that into the particular universe, it just messes with you. It takes them 6 months to get from this point to that point in the map, but they can do this point in 3 hours. You're like,
right.
So that's where maybe I'm hyper aware of it now. Might be my problem.
Yeah, that's their fault for making you think.
Yeah, how dare you, Sam? I'm here for the gore, and there's soon lots of boobies.
I mean, it's an Uncle Charlie film, so yeah, there's definitely a lot of blood, a lot of boobs. Although not a lot of boobs in this one.
Oh, there's a decent amount.
There's boobs, but not like
copious
amount, traditional full moon movie.
Yeah, but they didn't disappoint. I wasn't disappointed. Keeps an old man happy. What can I say? But how many movies do we have now with you friggin' Americans fantasizing about being royalty?
I mean, that's not even like movies. That's reality.
What's that about?
I don't fucking know. I don't want to be in charge of shit. Would I want that castle? Ish. Like, I'd want to hang out there, but actually...
Right, would you want that castle? Here's the thing, especially people that want, like, Scottish castles and stuff. It's all right in the summer for the 2 weeks of summer that we get, but do you want that in the winter?
No.
Trying to heat that fucker up?
Yeah, no, fuck that shit.
You'll have a castle, but you'll be in one room with newspaper against the windows. Shivering, beside a fireplace.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna be the one room that has the biggest fireplace, and building like a fucking fire tent around it.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere else.
Yeah,
but it's just weird. It's all my time growing up. Every other movie's been some sort of American either traveling back in time, to land in medieval England or Europe, and they'd be some descendant of something else. And you're like, on the other hand, you'd go like, freedom! And it's like, make up your minds, you schizophrenic fucks.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some people pretend to be Scottish and all sorts. It's kind of tragic. Hi, buddy. Dear. Oh, there's Chris on as well.
Oh, hey, Chris.
Cool. Oh, and that was the same before her head's crushing toilet. God, they must have just brightened it up.
Yeah.
Like weirdly bright.
Definitely.
Yeah. Also, the whole thing of royalty, because Italy hadn't exactly had the best history when it comes to the royal family. Funny enough.
What do you mean?
They actually deposed their monarch. The funny thing was that Mussolini, when he came to power, he was a bit cleverer than other socialists. And first of all, he did was he gave the Vatican, to the Catholic Church so that they had their own thing, so they were on side. And he kept the royal family in place. But it was after VE Day that things went tits up, and then basically got like a Cromwellian style government who went a bit too far.
Yeah.
And it was Umberto II, I think, was the last king who they let. He was known as the May King because he only reigned for like 70 days or something like that. He took the throne and he was deposed like in the same month.
That's funny.
And as questioned, he was allowed to be a monarch for like a month. But the reign was like 70 days, but then he's only actually king for 26 or something. So he's
that seems reasonable. Like, I think I could probably handle that without completely destroying the country and the government, but longer than that, yeah, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, you couldn't put me in charge of a country or a religion or a state or anything because people do my head in. You might have noticed.
What? No.
And I would just close the thing down just to go fuck off somewhere else, you annoying arseholes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be like a day and it's like, all right, let's burn this bitch to the ground. Sir, you're in charge. I know. Let's start.
Yeah. Fuck yous. Right, yous are annoying me. What's this constant whining? Get back to work, do something.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't. That's why I always have respect for people that can start cults.
Yeah, man, that's a lot of fucking work. I couldn't even begin to imagine that shit.
Yeah, that to me that just seems like a headache.
I mean, it's like, yeah, you get a lot of money, a lot of sex, but it's also a lot of work to get to that point.
Yeah. I'm just like, nah. That's why I've never had that killer instinct, to be a CEO or anything, because I'm just like, all that schmoozing and yapping you have to do. Like, stick me in the corner, stick me in the darkest, deepest recesses of somewhere and leave me alone.
Yeah, same. That's why I'm a terrible boss. It's like, stuff. I don't want to do stuff. I just want to work.
Yeah, I've always had a problem with that. I'm a terrible manager because I just have no interest. Fuck, actually, over your side, when I took over one of the departments, remember I was running 2 departments at one point and fucking my head was just busted. When I took over there, one that had all this that me for an entire shift, and my temples were just like I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
But anyway, history aside, because like you said, don't think about this stuff, because obviously when they deposed the monarch, they would have had all that shit sorted out and taken off, because that's the whole point. The whole point of taking power is somebody else wants it and they want the wealth. So that would have all done. So her being a duchess is questionable.
Yeah, it's one of those things that's like in title only. It's like you don't have any real power or anything.
And also the royal family don't actually own anything. Well, the British royal family anyway. It's the crown, the legal entity known as the crown, owns everything. And titles are passed and duchies, etc. But no individual. So if an individual dies, then it goes back to the crown and gets redistributed.
Makes sense.
You don't have like the state of our royal family at the moment. Like Andrew doesn't get a say on who he passes stuff down to once he got his titles taken off him. So do the states, and then just get passed on the Edward and Sophie. You know what I mean? Just you don't have those anymore. You can hand it out. So that's the way normal royal families work. Obviously, full moon royal families work differently.
Oh yeah, I mean, way differently.
They just hand it off to random Americans.
Well, I mean, of course,
it's in the beginning. Now let's get in context. At the beginning, it's a bit wishy-washy.
Like it's explained
later
but
on,
not in a satisfactory way. Like it's like, oh well, I mean, you were the closest next of kin, so it's yours. And then, of course, we get more of what that is at the end, with it being, him being the bastard son of basically that's his stepmom, essentially.
Because the father was a GI who did the dirty and absconded. Because great. Okay, switch brains off. Get 2 boobies.
I like, hey man, yeah, that's.
But there's a lot of exposition in this. Let's be honest. It takes a while to get there.
Yeah, this is it's crazy. I always forget what the runtime is. Sorry, I'm gonna look up the runtime.
It's just over an hour and a half, actually.
See, oh my god, it's 95. I thought this was 91. Yeah, so it's an hour and 35, and it feels like a 2-hour movie. Like,
I think it's just the beginning.
Yeah, it's a lot of buildup. I mean, the action and everything and the gore, all that shit makes up for it. And of course, like, Jeffrey Combs being Jeffrey Combs, it's, he's playing for the back seats, like the nosebleeds, even though this is on TV or on film. But yeah, it's a lot to get to the meat and potatoes of the film.
Yeah, that's my only real complaint about it. This first act is, it's like taking his time getting there. It's like, come on. Like when you think of Puppet Master.
It starts.
And it does not mess about.
No.
But there's also a time jump. That's why I'm using it as a comparison. Because we'll have something happens in the past, then it skips to the future. But when it skips to the future, we just get straight into it.
Yeah, it's like just a little bit of build up with the everybody meeting up at the hotel, and then it's like as soon as everybody's there, as soon as dinner starts, it's nonstop the rest of the film.
Like 10 to 15 minutes, boom. All the characters introduced, they're all brought together, the reason why they're there and their history, and then we get into it. This just seems to be dragging its heels a bit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, it's Uncle Charlie showing off his castle that he owns, or owned rather. So it's like I can't blame him. I would milk the fuck out of that as well.
Yeah, fair enough. And then of course we get the tragic backstory because straight away we know that this is not a happy family. Why did you go with them?
Yeah, that's always been my question. It's like, well, I mean, she seems like a bitch anyways, so...
Oh, yeah, she's a total bitch.
She's like, oh, wait, we're going to a castle in Italy? Oh, okay. I'll pretend that you didn't kill our fucking son, you piece of shit. And it always blows my mind in movies like this. The two that always come to mind, it's this and Hereditary, where somebody dies due to inebriation and negligence, and that person just walks like nothing ever happened. That's like,
is that not dangerous driving and manslaughter at the minimum? Or most?
Yeah, like that's still prison time. Like you're going to do time. Might not be very long, but you're still going to be locked up.
It's weird.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. We just pretend that doesn't exist.
Because the plot doesn't need it to. Yeah. Just this whole, okay, here we go, tragic backstory, and of course moral of the story, never trust an addict because they'll just destroy you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, literally the only thing that matters is them getting their fix.
Yeah, they're just sorry, triggered memories.
What? It's almost like you've had to deal with that before, sir.
Oh, you'd think so, wouldn't you? One thing I really like with this is actually Rebecca's character. She's sort of a shining star in this.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
Like with her, and also dealing with blind people. Yes, she starts off with the sunglasses, but she has the cataracts. The contact lenses in, and they're not afraid to show it. We're normally
and the scarring too, which is nice.
It was really well done, and also it was not that gimmicky scarring. It was like proper faded. Looks good. No, and there was actually, to me, that's the best detailed makeup because it's subtle.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, that's real. That shows that it's a lived-in type of injury. That's something that's been there for a hot minute. and it looks real.
Yeah, but normally when they pick blind people in movies, they always have the sunglasses on. It's super cheesy, and it's only for the shock reveal that you see their eyes, that they're milky, and it's like, prejudice much?
Well, it's like we also don't need that, reveal. We kind of have seen them, and we're assuming that they're fucking blind.
Yeah, but just letting her operate with just like I said, the contacts and just being normal, which also highlights the fact that what do you call her, the wife? Sharon, isn't it? Susan, sorry. She's a Karen anyway.
Yeah.
But the fact she tells her to put her glasses on to go down for lunch. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That you know what I mean? That shows that was a good character reveal, I think, in a subtle way. So while this starts off cheesy, there's actually good character moments in this and good storytelling.
Just that is the thing. Like it's very slow in the beginning, but they do clearly show everybody's character right out of the gate. Like, this is who this person is, this is who this is, so forth and so on.
Yeah, and yeah, like I said, just we're seeing Rebecca, and she's actually the one trying to move on and get on with life. Which is what I'm worried about. When I just saw the poster, I can sort of get a snap decision at times and not be wrong sometimes with a poster. The 2020 remake looks like they're going to destroy Rebecca's character and make her a girl boss. And I'm like, not feeling that at all.
Yeah, I need to see it. I don't want to, but I need to.
Yeah, we might say that and then just rip it apart, unless I'm completely wrong. But I don't think I am, because first of all, you're doing a remake, so you're a hack anyway.
Right. Well, and it's great too, looking at the ratings and stuff. It's like, this is terrible. It's like, cool. I should see that.
Yeah, there is an unmitigated joy about ripping movies apart.
It's like, that's the thing. I can appreciate a bad movie as long as I go into it understanding that it's going to be a bad movie. Like, if I go into something thinking, okay, this might be good, and then it's just utter dog shit, I'm probably disappointed.
Yeah. Oh, Chris. Thank you very much. We're getting there. People are still finding us and staying, so can't argue.
That's the biggest kicker, is people are staying.
Yeah. Obviously, people aren't getting up early in the morning to watch this, so they'll catch up later. But these three shows don't do too badly, actually.
Nice.
They pick up. I just love the way they made the scene at the lunch. Americans don't eat enough.
Yeah, that is 100% not correct. We are one of the fattest fucking countries there is, with severely high diabetes rates. We eat enough. We eat more than enough.
It's the only time I've encountered 5XL shirts. Like, they're legit there, as if it's normal. And that's not even, like, they go up to 7XL, and that's normal. Like,
yeah, man.
3, 4, 5XL shirts are, like, in abundance on the rack. And I'm just like, huh? Like, I see myself as obese, because I am. I'm overweight. I need to.
Yeah, I mean, clinically speaking, yeah, you can be 5 pounds overweight and be obese. So,
and I try to. The only thing I don't do is exercise. I need to get that sorted out. But
the only thing I don't do is stuff.
Yeah. Well, not eating. If I was sitting eating burgers every day,
yeah, no, I got you.
I'd be like this, and not be able to move. So the only thing that saves me is that I'm, I minimize the junk food, but I just need the exercise. If I exercise, I drop,
Yeah,
but
man,
I feel overweight and bloated. But no way, if I was going to hit XL, 2XL, I'd be like crying.
Yeah, me too.
And I'd be like, people are running about 5XL, 6XL quite happily. I'm like, whoa, fuck.
Yeah, about the time I get to 2X, that's when I'll definitely stop. It's like, but then again, I've been XL since high school, and I was not big in high school. Yay, drugs.
No, just well, I sort of have XL for comfort, but usually I'm a large. The most I've got down to is the medium because I'm still a chunky bloke. But I was boxing then,
dude.
So that was like the thinnest I've ever been was when I was boxing. And the thing is, I was fucking knackered. I mean, every day I was exhausted. It just wasn't worth,
That's a
sorry
lot
for a short period
work.
of time, but like a couple of months in, you're just like, I am miserable. So
yeah, man, that shit's no joke.
It's all balanced, but like 5-6XL is ridiculous. But back to the movie, yeah, Americans don't eat enough.
Americans eat enough is the moral of the story, definitely.
But she did make a good point about there is something about sitting. I'm a believer of sitting at the dinner table. Maybe I'm old school, but I'm like, leave your phones, fucking break bread together. That's one of the oldest traditions. Break bread and actually spend time in each other's company and fucking talk. Or don't talk. Just even if you don't talk naturally, just spend time in each other's company. That's how you develop bonds.
It's fucking magical. It's the truest sense of community is sitting down for food with people.
This whole, like, for a while, the culture, I don't know how bad it is now, but people all take their food. I've noticed that was a thing. People take their food and all disappear to their rooms. Like, they started letting teenagers do that. We never did. We always sat as a family.
Yeah, no, it was always, if not at the kitchen table, we were all at least in the living room.
Yeah, you all sat together, one or the other. But this idea of, like, I was starting to see it when I was growing up, that's what kids were doing, like just taking their food, going to their rooms, and you're like, what is this?
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
But it became a thing, and then they wonder why everyone's disconnected now and have loathing for each other because they're leaving each other, and then they're going to listen to what the internet tells you about the person in the next room. I.e., parents, or the parents getting told about their kids, and they're not actually dealing with each other.
Yeah, that's the funniest thing about social interaction online is it's like that's the polar opposite of actual social interaction. Like, that's not reality. Reality is actually standing next to that person, talking to that person face to face, not writing them back and forth.
Yeah, I revert back to the beginning of the stream with the lovely individuals. That's what happens when you don't actually meet people face to face and make eye contact. And
yeah, because people like that they'd never have the intestinal fortitude to actually say shit like that to your face. Ever.
Of course not. Because a punch in the mouth sure changes a few opinions.
It's magical how that works.
I love the way. When did this all start getting weird? Yeah, after this, we have Georgie, who's we find out is the person in the castle, like trapped. How is he still alive?
I mean, he's getting water dripping down the side of the castle walls, so presumably that way. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that you have to just kind of accept in this movie, because I mean the biggest problem is we have no fucking clue how long it was until they showed up. Well, specifically the new maid, but then again, she didn't know about him,
and she was the maid.
Yeah,
for the Duchess.
Yeah, shit. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a bit
whatever. We just don't think about it.
It's like we'll have to get past this bit, the Georgia escaping. It's like, honestly, this first bit could maybe get edited out, like all of it, and just have Georgia escaping.
Yeah,
maybe have the maid feed him.
Yeah, I mean, he should have just escaped after she died. Like, we see the chains break after she drops in the bed, and whatever. Then we just accept stuff. I mean, we have to accept it anyways, but makes a little.
Because if he had been roaming the grounds, actually, what would have been the difference?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because clearly he knows better than to actually leave the grounds.
Yeah, so that could be one of those. It's, like I said, I think it's a time scale. It really messes this movie up. Because this could be an absolute classic.
I mean, it is.
But I mean, proper up there, upper echelons. It's sort of getting in its own way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's part of the charm of these kinds of movies is it's like it's so bad, but it's still so good that you kind of accept that bad stuff.
Yeah, it's all one issue.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like loads of different issues. It's one issue, and it's the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's the only issue of the movie. If they fix that bit, everything else falls into place.
Mm-hmm.
And why did he call the police the first time? Was it because of Rebecca screaming?
Yeah, it was because she was convinced there was somebody in the house, and like they heard banging and stuff. So it sounded like there was an intruder. So that's why the police were involved.
And they walk into a cell, and they don't look around, and they don't notice like the cat shredded the bits.
Well, no, they didn't go in. That was the thing. They were like, oh, fuck, what's that?
Did they not step in?
No. They were just in the courtyard talking to him. And it's like,
no, I thought they went down. Was that not the second time? Did they not actually come down into the?
That was at the end of the movie.
Was John, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Who stepped into the cell the first time?
Yeah, it was
John. Sorry, and he didn't look around and notice. Yeah. Hang on, this is a prison cell.
Yeah,
there's a big chunk in the wall, and there's a shredded.
Well, he was more enamored by the fact that there was a fucking wine cellar, like a big ass wine cellar.
Yeah, I suppose.
So I mean, it's priorities, man. Priorities.
His logic centers went out the window. Never trust him.
But yeah, no, I mean, the cops even, like, when they came in, they're like, no, man, there's like 105 rooms here. We're not fucking looking through all of them. It's like, it's a castle. It makes noises. Get over it.
Which is fair enough, actually. Like, we don't have time for your shit, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then we have all this shit between Susan and John. And it's like, why are you even still married? What is the score? Because she didn't know he was in there. And this has been 2 years. We'll find out later it's been 2 years since the car accident. Well, accident's not really the word.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not the word.
No, it's when if you get a skinful and step in behind the wheel of a car, then it's not an accident.
No, there was only one way that was going to end.
Yep. God, I don't know. I've seen loads of people have their license taken off them. It's like, that's why I was always worried. It's like, yeah, not good. Not worth it.
Yeah, man. Like, if I even have a beer, I'm sitting there for at least a fucking hour, paranoid as shit. Like, all right, am I good? Am I good? I'm good. I'm sober, but am I good? Yeah, that's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, don't need it. But yeah, surely she would have already divorced him by now.
I mean, there's got to be a reason he's still around, and I can't imagine. I mean, she's not fucking him, so we know it's not that. So yeah, I don't know why the hell she'd still be around. Or
is it a weird hatred thing of, I'm going to be there to remind you, and it's something to vent against?
Must be.
I don't know. People are weird, but they should. They shouldn't do it. But I love where he's like, "Nah, do you know what? I'm going back in the booze again." Because yeah,
that's the only thing really about this movie that is hard for me. It's Jeffrey Combs' depiction of what being drunk is like. It's so overboard for the rest of the movie and how he acts that it's just like that's not really how it is to be drunk, man. You have had drinks before, right?
Maybe he hasn't. Maybe he's complete teetotaler.
I mean, maybe
never touched it in his life, in real life. So he's just going, is this what it's like to be?
Yeah, it's just it's him playing for the back seats, but it's charming for being terrible.
And it's just funny the way he's the one making a ruckus,
Yeah, like as soon as he starts drinking again, just everything that he does is so against what he's saying and how he's acting. Like, hey, you got to be fucking quiet. It's sounds travels here.
Yeah.
Or, I'm going to drink some wine. Here, bitch, have some. I'm going to pour it on you. Why are you freaking out? I'm just trying to give you wine. Like, it's like, no, I'm pretty sure that's a reasonable way to act when somebody dumps a bottle of wine on you, is to be like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Also, she's like really desperate for the work.
Yeah.
Yet she's well known in the village and has repeat customers, so she should be all right to go.
Yeah, that's the funny thing is, like, the lawyer's like, oh yeah, man, everybody's had a go with her. I said, fuck, even me. But only one person had a kid with her.
And she hasn't used the welfare system to get him rents like a police officer to, police sergeant actually, not a bad salary. You'd think they'd be making best use of that there, but hey ho. But I suppose the plot needs to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, Giorgio, he gets free. And what's he going to do this time? He's going to lech.
As one does.
They should have renamed this Castle Peeping Tom.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not so much a freak as a voyeur.
That's why I'm thinking if at the start after she died he had have escaped but stayed in the castle, that would have been better. Yeah. And this whole thing, the whole jarring inconsistency would have just been fixed. That's all he had to do. Was she maybe collapsed in front of him and he escaped and then was hiding in the castle? That, what was wrong with that plot? And then he seen himself, the castle didn't change hands. So he's roaming about the place. And then these new people move in, which sets off things.
Yeah, because it's weird that he wouldn't have already tried to get out. He waits until people are there to be like, maybe I should.
Well, he smells about smells like lady.
I mean, who hasn't been there?
Yeah. How we do stupid things.
Yes, that's the joy of being male.
Yep. That second brain, once it engages, just
shuts everything off.
Yep, everything just goes beep.
Yeah.
God, like also John, when the hooker wants to give you change, how pathetic are you?
God, right?
That was the funniest scene of all of us.
That was the like, how fucking bad are you at anything that's a thing? I mean, clearly we saw that was like, I don't even think he pulled his dick out. I'm pretty sure he just started dry humping the fuck out of her after flossing his teeth.
Well, that's a thing of alcoholism. Funny enough is that actually they did a study on James Bond. They went through the Ian Fleming books and they totted up all the alcohol that he had, drunk in the books. And effectively, he was a functional alcoholic.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
But what didn't make sense is all the women he was shagging, because at that level of alcoholism, he wouldn't be operational. So one would negate the other. So believe it or not, this is actually a true depiction of a functional alcoholic, being the Permanent Brewers group. Just wouldn't happen.
Yeah. Once you pickle your shit, it's barely gonna work.
Yeah. But when the Cockers go, I need to give you change. I feel bad for this. That's how sad your character is. Yeah, no, this one's on me. Pat the head.
Right. Oh, good job. I'm gonna go now.
You turned up this time.
Yeah, that was pretty goddamn funny.
But then obviously Giorgio's been perving away and he decides he wants to go. I think in his mind he's thinking, well, she's giving him change, but she's keeping it, so that's she's paid for me to have a go. I think that's the way he's worked. But
well, I just love how his brain works. He's like, yes, he drank wine and then poured it on her and then banged her. That's what I'm gonna do.
Well, I suppose if you know what I mean, if you've been locked in a cage and the only thing you've experienced is a whip and a slice of steel bread every so often, and this is how you're learning about life, then
yeah,
this is where it gets funny because this is where he becomes a character. You know what I mean, he dresses himself in the bed sheets and he's just living life.
Right. I love that he covers his face, but his fucking big old balls are just flapping around.
I thought this was an A24 movie because you get the full meat and two veg served right in front of you.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking funny.
That is gnarly. Like, it's how much of that's actual penis and how much of it's makeup? Because
that's a full suit. That's a full fucking suit. Because there was no penis on there, just some shriveled up foreskin.
Yeah, just freaking, like,
and it's like, if that's the case, man, I'm sorry.
Like, hold a few. Did they get a bag of ice and hold underneath for like 10 minutes?
God, right?
And the makeup department, you know, God, that was like, see if I had ever any inklings about being gay, that, you know, getting served that is like, nah, I'm good. If there's a chance I'm going to get served that one day, nah, I'm not even going there.
Well, I love, especially once the sheet comes off and he's just full glory. That would be probably one of the scariest things to chase you as a fully naked individual, because if they're chasing you full, like all out, they've got nothing to fear. Like, there is nothing you can do to them that's going to stop them besides killing them, because they don't give a fuck, and that's terrifying.
Yeah, that's what they always say. Don't pick a fight with a homeless person. You know what I mean, the crazy homeless person, you don't pick a fight with them because they'll kill you. They have no compunction whatsoever because what have they got to lose?
Right.
Everything from that point just gets better.
Yeah, 3 squares in a bed.
Yep. But it's not even the face. And I love the way in the DVD cover and stuff, not the focus on Castle Freak's face, Giorgio's face, as being the terrifying thing. No.
Nope. The fact that he is just balls naked, chasing after people, that's terrifying.
And just fucking ding, those 2 sets of fucking balls just swinging like ding, ding, ding. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Then this is where it just goes. This is where it's like the starting blocks have just been removed.
Yes, Chris, it does work. Just FYI.
Oh. All right, okay, yeah. You do that next time you're out. Yeah. If you want to spice things up a bit, have a crack at that. In fact, if it does work, fucking run.
Right.
There's a combat indicator right there. If something like that does work, fucking you need to go. I have been in some strange clubs.
Yeah.
Where I have been terrified, and I was a walking boner. Like my mid-20s to early 30s, I was a walking boner. I had fucking have a go at the crack of dawn. You know what I mean? Nothing was out of my bounds. And there's times I've been frightened. But like just some terrifyingly rough ladies, and I'm like, oh shit, no. And I've just ran.
No.
Disengage.
Should I? I don't know. What do
you
think?
I mean, there's times I've genuinely went, no, fucking ran. It's like, this is not going to end well. And if I'm doing that,
still
then,
with us
yeah. If I'm doing stuff like that must be an indicator. But yeah, Giorgio, though, he takes eating out to the next level, without a doubt. It's like, doesn't quite get it.
I mean, he seems to be enjoying himself, so...
Well, I suppose that's all that matters, eh?
Yeah.
I suppose he hasn't been fed in a while either, so he's like, I'm confused. I have 2 hungers here that I need to satisfy.
I mean, multitasking, man. It's called being efficient.
Poor girl, like she didn't deserve this at all.
No, I mean, sure, we're supposed to not like her because she's a whore, but I mean, whores make the world go round. So
Oldest
she
profession.
didn't need it. Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah,
like she's not a bad character.
No.
Like she can give a change. Like fucking hell, what more do you want?
Yeah.
Sorry, that's the most impressive scene of this.
Yeah, definitely. Because it's like she should have been like, ooh, extra money. I'm just gonna fuck off. And she should have. She should have, by all accounts, just fucked off, and that's why she died. Is because she didn't. She's like, ooh, I'm gonna sneak around and look at stuff.
This is the hidden horror trope that's not talked about.
Mm-hmm.
When the hooker gives change, she's dead. That's a moral sin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear. Then it all just goes mad.
Oh yeah, that's when we get.
I think they're trying to set up that John's a killer, and he's going to get blamed for it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a wee bit ham-fistedly done.
Yeah. Well, and that's the funny thing. It's like, oh no, she's been missing since last night. No fucking cop's gonna be like, oh, we need to go out immediately and search for a grown-ass woman that's been gone for a couple of hours. No, that's not reality.
It becomes reality when he's like, that's a mother, as in he's the father of the kid. It's a wee bit personal. And he's not giving a shit. So it was ridiculous. Then you realize that the sergeant's actually got a vested interest and he's a bit psycho.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, the whole fucking fight at the police station after he's taken him into custody, that's some shit. Like, it's like, you need to answer these questions. No, I don't. Whack.
He pulls out the fucking bat. Well, my friend says differently. Poof.
Right. And it's like, that's believable. Everything that happens after that is just like, there's no way in hell. Like, I get it. This is a small village, but it's a fucking police station, man. You're not just going to crack a cop in the head and then walk out. Like, they all know you're there for a reason, especially because you're there because the sergeant brought you in. Like, that's a big deal. There's going to be motherfuckers on your ass. You're not just going to walk out with a billy club in your hand.
And then we had, the lunch scene with the lawyers, like, we need to negotiate my fee sort of thing. And
yeah.
then realize
this is blackmail.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it is.
Well,
you're also up for murder, motherfucker.
Then we realize the sister's actually the maid, and they've been keeping tabs. But you would think, once again, right back to the whole rights thing, this would have all been done in probate. So even tell them to go inventory everything, that would have been done.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I said, it's just a wee bit of the ham-fistedness that pulls me out of it a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But thankfully, from this point onwards, it just goes full on board.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's when the gloves are off, and so we're gonna kill cops and everything. Yep. Yeah.
But yeah, when he runs to the castle, and then the maid gets killed as well, and then he's standing with 2 bodies, and then the police is like, "Talk to your lawyer," and the lawyer's like, "That's my son!" Fucking.
Yeah, that was fucking great.
I was just like, brilliant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the cop knew exactly what the hell he was saying. It was funny.
At this point onwards, you just crack on now. It's like, right, this is what the movie's meant to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so damn funny.
Yeah, and
pretty much just like everybody gets systematically wiped out by like the least silent killer ever. Like he's a cripple, so he's constantly hobbling anyways, and he still has his chains on him, so it's like you hear the chains and everything. Mm-hmm. But somehow he's able to sneak up on everybody.
And he giggles and babbles the whole way through it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
And then, the fact that he's already escaped from a police station, knocked out a police officer, that's him in jail anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like, even if he wasn't the fucking murderer, you're gonna get locked up or fucked up over that shit. Period.
Yeah, it's like one of them. Phrase!
Mm-hmm.
Because I believe the police take things like that personally.
Yeah, probably just a little bit. I mean, that's why the ending of this has always been believable to me, because it's like, cool, he gets out just to go to prison, and prison in a country that he's not even from. Like, I understand the route that he went. Like, that was just practical.
Yeah. I have to say, I had a bit of an ache moment in this.
Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about, because same thing. It's like, oh, I'm not supposed to be seeing this.
Yeah, I had to get the calculator out. And I'm like, phew, she's only a year younger than me. That was legal. And I'm like, I know she doesn't get them out, but my God, they are impressive.
Well, it's like she plays the young child so well that it, as soon as that happens, it feels gross.
Yeah, I'm having one of them moments. Like she's just in a bra, white bra, and it's like it's wet and stuff. You know what I mean? Wet t-shirt type stuff. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm not meant to be feeling this way. Okay, pause. Fucking Google. Fucking cast list. I need to figure out. I mean, I did. I paused the movie to figure out how I felt.
Yeah, to look stuff up.
Yeah, because I'm like this. No, I can't. Oh, right. Phew, she's the same age as me. Oh fuck. And she's old enough. Oh fuck. You're having fucking palpitations. Like, oh, it's okay. Right. I'm not a BBC employee.
Well, I love the follow up of that. Like, you know, she's shirtless, and we're like, oh my God, okay, yeah, nothing's coming out. Whatever. This is when the monster comes in. And then Barbara Crampton, like the most odd way to pull a titty out ever. She's like, hey, you know, come for me, not my daughter. It's like, ah. And then she's like, nah? Okay. And then gets stabbed. It's like, man, if I had a nickel for every time someone pulled a titty out and then stabbed me, I'd, you know, probably not have a nickel because nobody's ever pulled a titty out, but still.
I can't say a word. You've seen my life choices.
Mm-hmm. You've pretty much done the same.
I have no defense.
I mean, that is the curse of men. It's like, no, logic, reason. Oh, booby. Hi.
Yeah. The power of boobs compels you.
Yeah.
Like, if you think about it, you've been locked in a dungeon, and the only thing you've had is an old woman whipping you. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, your venture out into the world is just boobies. Like, that's all you're seeing is boobs and all over the place. Mm-hmm. That would kind of mess with your everything. Like, not just your brain, but your hormones. Everything just clicking at once. No wonder you're like going a bit mental.
Mm-hmm.
It's like nothing, darkness, then jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Everywhere you turn, you're like, the beep, and the fucking lizard part of your brain's like me, and but you're angry, and oh god, yeah, that's just not a good combination. And then not out there, you're getting shit. Like, you're first out of the cell, and you're getting shit faced.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
All I had to do was give him a line of coke as well, and fucking, you know.
Oh, he would have been unstoppable.
Nothing would have. You can believe that he's got superpowers, but they couldn't quite do the effect on cameras, because, like I said, you've been locked up and all this repressed angst then just gets released. You're like, you'd be like the crashing through walls stuff.
Oh yeah.
The only thing that gave it away was Rebecca looking back when she was running. She has played this character so well.
Mm-hmm.
And then she gives it away at just that one point.
Well, and it's like, is it believable because of the fact that she wasn't born blind that she would instinctively do that? Or was it just a lapse in judgment while filming? Like, that's the part that I've kind of struggled with that moment, because it is very like, wait, why is she looking? And then it's like, well, would that just be reactionary, like instinctual to turn and look even though you can't see, or what?
Well, they didn't have time. Like, realistically, like, she would have to have been led up them stairs. No way she's running at that speed.
Well, I mean, she was like they were holding hands the whole time, and
yeah, but you'd still like go try that. Put a blindfold on and get somebody just to run up some weird cobbled steps.
Right, because it'd be one thing if she was like well used to the castle, like lived in at this point, but this is like 3 days into them being there, so it's like she's not going to be used to that, especially going places she hasn't been.
I think it was just a brief lapse. But like I said, the only reason I say it's a shame because she's played this character brilliantly up to this point. I was just that one. But then again, what else are you going to do? It's like your self-preservation. Like you're running upstairs and there's no time for her to be like guided up.
Yeah.
And tripping and falling, that would take too long. If I hadn't spent an hour dicking about in this movie, there would have been a bit more time.
Yeah.
But say la vie, that's the only bit of of her performance I can actually complain about because she's been
right, and that's so minor.
So
like you think about it, and then it's immediately out of your head.
Yeah, because she's straight back in the character again, and brilliant. But yeah, I love the way John learns Kirk Fu.
Yeah, man, that's so. the best part is like I'll usually look at your notes before I watch the movie because I always just wait until last minute because I watch a lot. I read a lot.
With me over, aren't you?
Well, no, like I want to see. I like to know your thoughts on the movie before I watch it, especially if it's something that I've watched a billion times because it's almost like a refresher, but from a different perspective. And at first, it's like, wait, what the fuck is he talking about? And then, yeah, it gets to that scene. It's like, oh, Kirk Fu. All right, yeah, no, that's straight up Kirk Fu. Just minus the double fist thing. Yeah, so goddamn good. Like the fighting's terrible, but it's believable that an upper middle class white guy is going to fight like that.
Yeah. I just need a few haymakers as well, just to.
Yeah.
But that was actually a good fight scene.
It was.
Yeah, it was terrible fight action, but it was still good because Giorgio wasn't a fighter either. He's just like horned up, angry,
pure rage.
Yep. Which actually makes sense for his fighting style because there is none.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, ultimately, he whips people with the only implement that he has, which is his chain and shackles, because that's literally all he had known his entire life was getting whipped.
Yeah, and then we find out. I mean, we get the whole thing about Giorgio's not in the crypt, and he's actually mentally playing with these guys as well, because their son's photograph he put up in the crypt and stuff, and he's like, imagine having that. Well, I suppose if you're only thing you've known being a subject of sadism, like and hatred, you're going to want a bit back anyway.
Well, I don't know. Did he put that there, or was that actually?
No, sure, it was removed, wasn't it?
Well, he took it out, like after John had found it, but it's like I don't know. I've always been kind of confused about it. It's like, did he place it there, or was that actually the photographed? And that's just the fact that they are technically related. That it looks like his son.
I mean, resemblance.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where this should have spent a bit more time on. I think this wasted too much time in the beginning. Like, you could have shown around the castle and stuff with actually Giorgio already being free and living there and using secret passages and, just being a castle creep. That would have, it wouldn't have taken away from this movie whatsoever and wouldn't have cost any more. And he's there spying as they're having their domestics and stuff and all that. But yeah, we'll see that, and it just ramps up. John gets knocked out, doesn't he? Or knocked down. Yep. And then that's where he goes up to chase the woman.
Yep. Yep. Everybody seems to be very delicate in the head. Like a quick smack up against the wall and everybody drops.
Once again, if you haven't ever had a punch in your mouth in your life, you're kind of
That is true. That is very true.
God, I remember like somebody trying to knock me out with an arm bar. I was like 7. You know, that was just normal kids. That's the sort of upbringing I had. You know, just trying to get beaten. And once you have that, you're kind of, oh, right, that's what that feels like, and you kind of can fight through it.
Mm-hmm.
But if that's the first time, you're of course you're going to drop.
Oh yeah.
It's like Giorgio seeing Booze for the first time, like overstimulated, like.
Yeah.
But yeah, John is a pathetic character. Like, he really is.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one you're not meant to feel sympathy for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even though they try to get it across, like, it's still like you don't. Like, he's a bad person. He killed his fucking kid because he's an alcoholic. He has issues with his marriage, so he resorts back to alcoholism and fucking a whore.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, it's like, you, on one hand, you understand, because it's like, yeah, she doesn't fuck him anymore. She hates him. Whatever. What does he have to lose? But, you know, even then, it's still like, yeah, man.
In a relationship, because it's not actually about the thing with addicts is it's not actually about the substance. It's the latching on to people as the most toxic part of them.
Mm-hmm.
They always need somebody, even if it's somebody they don't like, they'll latch on to anybody because that's part of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's why he didn't get divorced or he didn't leave and go and get himself healed, because they're incapable of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the whole misery loves company thing. You know, it's if I'm with somebody, then all of a sudden I can justify himself.
Yeah.
It's the same as the ones you see on social media, and they're posting every day about how they're sober for 21 days, 22 days. And if they don't get a pat in the head, they're basically threatening, if you don't give me a pat in the head, I'm going to go back.
Right.
And it's like, fuck off.
Yeah. It's like, either be sober or don't. Nobody fucking cares.
Yeah, but don't make a nuisance of yourself. Don't go and make other people's lives miserable.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to make your life miserable, fucking crack on. As you know, I've little to no sympathy for addicts.
Yep, same. It's like, I am, like, I've fucking survived addiction, gotten over shit. Like, it's not that fucking hard. Do it or don't. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. And if you're worried about what to do with your life, if you're not taking whatever, then fucking find something else.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I have a problem with AA, because they seem to replace one addiction with another. If you notice, AA
absolutely
becomes super religionist
and
preachy, because basically that becomes their new addiction, and so they don't actually solve the problem.
No, yeah, it's just one addiction to the other.
And the behavior doesn't change; it just gets more obnoxious.
Yeah, I'd rather deal with a drunk than a god freak.
Yeah, fucking can't be arsed.
Yeah.
But all in all, this is it's a tragic tale, because yeah, I think John realizes that he's really of no use.
Mm-hmm. Well, and ultimately, like, his life is ruined, even if his family was to, well, I guess not his family, because, like, his daughter is still, she forgave him.
Mm-hmm.
She understood that it was an accident, it was a lapse in judgment, and she did what kids do. They bounce back real fucking fast, like way faster than adults do. And
we actually see that as well, because the mother's trying to mollycoddle her, and she's like, I'm over it.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like, he understands that even if he gets through this, and even if his wife was to just, you know, deathbed repentance, have a vision of like, oh wait, no, I am supposed to be with you, like, he's still fucked. He's still gonna go to prison because he fucking assaulted an officer with a weapon and he broke out of jail. Like, he's fucked one way or the other. So
and countries like Italy, the European, don't mess about.
Yeah, I can't imagine that they would.
You know, I mean, you will fall up and down stairs. It's the same as people that obviously in the UK, a lot of people go for holiday in Spain, and the Spanish police will fuck you up. You know, I mean, you will fall out of the wagon 6 or 7 times before you even reach the police station.
Damn.
You mess about with them, that's just the way they operate.
Mm-hmm.
The European continent, you know, they'll friggin' they will mess with you. It's still that old school sort of medieval style justice.
Yeah, man. That's why when I go to Mexico, I'm very careful. I know better.
Yeah, you just don't. You get disappeared right and quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he takes his only option out then,
mm-hmm.
and to get rid of Giorgio.
Yeah, and that's
there's no saving Giorgio either.
Yeah, no, Giorgio's fucked. Like, he is a product of abuse. 50 plus years of abuse. So, yeah, that was the only way he. Like that's essentially his rehabilitation, I guess, or whatever. But yeah, it's like I love that part. Once they get down to the courtyard, she immediately grabs his head and starts moving him around. It's like, when somebody has a severe spinal injury, you don't move them. It's like there's this very slim chance he could have lived, and you might have just fucking killed him.
Maybe she was making sure.
That's a good point.
I'm trying to help you, honest.
Right.
She's finally got that point. Be gone.
Yeah. Well, fuck yeah, because then she's the victim and everybody's going to love her because, she's a widower. She was there with him at his last breath.
But that last scene, like, bury him in Italy.
Yeah, that was weird. Especially, like, nobody liked him. And there's this whole procession of people looking all somber and shit. Even the cop is there with his fucking kid. It's like, why?
Yeah, I can understand. All right, we're not paying for a funeral. Stick him in the vault.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing it's there. Get this over and done with as quickly as possible.
I didn't consider that. Like, why would they be taking him out of the castle? Yeah, just bury him in the fucking vault where the rest of his family is. And you don't even have to leave the fucking grounds.
Well, there's movie I reviewed there recently, Immaculate.
Oh man, I want to see that so bad.
And basically one of the nuns died and they just bury her in the vault.
Mm-hmm.
Job done.
Mm-hmm.
No big percent, just a wee bit of a religious thing. And you go.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole point of crypts and vaults and stuff,
Yeah, that's taking care of shit the easy way.
But obviously, that's it. She gets everything. They move on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, at the end of the day, it's almost like a Greek tragedy.
Yeah. There's no happy ending whatsoever.
It's not your typical slasher.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he was trying to tell a deeper story, but is used to doing a certain type of movie for so long, he doesn't quite know how to go about it?
That's hard to say because, I mean, this is very much like, it's almost like a calling card for Stuart Gordon's type of work. Like, this felt and looked like a Stuart Gordon movie. So I don't know if there was much depth to it more than just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play with Jeffrey Combs again because we work together so well. So I don't know. I really don't know.
Like, it just needs the tiniest bit of tightening up. And it's just that bit at the start. Like, don't have Giorgio locked in the center. Have him actually break out as soon as his mother dies.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I would want. And the whole thing would be brilliant. You wouldn't have that jarring thing of this doesn't make sense. And you could still have Rebecca go down and find the cell and, him creeping around on her because nothing really changes.
Mm-hmm.
And there could be like, oh, what the hell is this? And they see the hole, as if something's chained, and then they hear the noises. Mm-hmm. And still, everything else in the plot could remain the same. All I had to do was just have him break out basically immediately afterwards and be living in the castle.
Mm-hmm.
And he could be eating rats and cats and whatever he wants, but not chained up for X amount of time, which makes no sense.
Yeah.
That's the only bit that really derails this whole movie. And that's all I have to do to change it. It's just actually cut. They could actually edit that scene and put it right afterwards with even the cat, because the cat was there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I had to do was just re-edit it, take that scene, move it right after her death, and cut out the bit where the cat was hiding in a cupboard or a door or something.
Yeah.
And that's would be, it would just fill all the logic centers. Everything else would stay exactly the same.
Yeah.
But there you go. It's still fun. I know it sounds like I'm hamming on it, but
that's the thing. This is, I mean, it's a classic. It's something that I usually will watch at least once a year.
Oh yeah, this is one you can revisit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, Evil Dead Rise, I found it difficult to revisit that again. Where this, I could stick on and just, ignore those bits because I've already thought my way through it. So just like, oh yeah, let's get the great bits and have fun with it. It's strange, isn't it, how movies like this last longer than what's supposed to be high art today or supposed to be thought pieces or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
But there you go. Oh, yes, talking about cheesy movies, I finally broke and watched Alien Covenant. Because I've been doing that much stuff on Alien lately, and then it got to the point where, in fact, somebody did have a go on me about making a comment about, reacting to an article about Covenant, but not actually having watched the movie. Well, I didn't talk about the movie, I talked about the article and the attitude. So I'm like, fuck, I'm going to have to actually watch this movie, and oh my God.
No, it's okay. You don't have to watch it.
Well, I did. I don't want my time back.
Yeah. It's so disappointing because it's like there's so much potential, but it's like they didn't have a game plan and just kind of like
just
throw some xenomorphs. Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, and that was part of the problem with Prometheus too. Like, I guess, I mean, the biggest problem with Prometheus was that they were trying to make an art film out of a fucking basically a space slasher.
Yeah.
Like it's a fucking monster movie. Don't like, yes, of course we would love backstory because that's good. But that movie, it was all visual, no substance.
Now they're trying to retcon it, make excuses for when Romulus comes out so people have a different reaction. And obviously saving Ridley Scott's ego because he's a dick. But yeah, I finally watched Colin, and I'm like, oh, fuck, this is bad.
Yeah, man, I saw that in theaters and I was pissed. I walked out like, I should have learned my lesson after Prometheus. Oops.
Yeah, I was after Prometheus. I was like, what the hell is this? That's why I never bothered. But I know I'm going to end up reviewing it eventually because we've got the role-playing game happening every other Tuesday. And when there's breaks in between it, that's what we're doing, is doing the movies. And I know it's going to happen. And it's like, oh, God.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to actually watch it again. And I'm like, ugh.
Right. It's like everybody hates Resurrection, right? Resurrection?
Yeah, Resurrection. Yeah. That's after it,
yeah. Everybody fucking hates that movie. But then it's like those same people that talk shit on that jerk off to Prometheus and Covenant. And it's like at least there was some logic to Resurrection, albeit very weird. But yeah, I don't know. I can't really get behind Prometheus and Covenant.
No, it's just Ridley Scott's circle jerk. Yeah, look at me, I'm brilliant.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, there you go. Fun times indeed. There you go, folks. Right, there's another one done. Actually, no, that was a fun movie.
Yeah, no, this is a great one. I was excited when it's like, wait, we haven't talked about this yet? How the fuck have we not talked about Castle Freak?
We could do a review every day of the week, and would still not even touch the surface of all the movies out there. That's the beauty of the horror genre.
Yeah, definitely.
We could do 2 movies a day, every day, and still not touch the surface. There'll always be a movie either I've watched and you haven't, or you've watched and I haven't.
Yeah.
Or someone else will pop up something like random that we haven't seen. It's just, that's the beauty of it. And it's not all Hollywood productions. It's not even counting the indie movies that are out there and the low budget, mid budget, independent studios. Like, you'll never get to the bottom of this genre. And that's a cool thing because it means that whatever fads come and go, this remains largely untouched because, yeah, all the mainstream stuff will go with the current fad, but there's so much there that If you like monster movies, fucking monster movies galore. You like paranormal stuff, absolutely, tons of it. You like Exorcist type movies, shitloads of them.
Oh yeah,
like there's no end.
Yeah, no, I mean, as much as I hate what streaming has done to the industry, it's also great because there's so many free streaming outlets that you can just watch an ungodly amount of those kinds of movies.
It's not. I don't blame streaming. I blame the studios for not having a clue and not just being smart. But then again, it's all part of the nepotism, getting thunderheads in positions they don't belong in because they tick boxes and not actually because of what they do. You can do both. You can be talented and maybe tick a box, but just it's a percentage thing, you know what I mean? It's just let it happen naturally and you'd be surprised. But when you start trying to do that shit, well, guess what? Standards are going to drop.
Yeah.
Because you're not looking for the right things. And it's just typical unimaginative execs that are civil service. You know what I mean? The movie industry has become a civil service. When you think of the unions and everything else, the way it's become, that's it. It's a civil service. It thinks it's just got a license to print money and doesn't have to earn anything anymore. And that now we're seeing the result of it. You know, chickens are coming home to roost. And they just couldn't deal with streaming. Instead of just slotting it into, well, instead of the way, like I said, the way it has been, VHS, Beta, DVD, Blu-ray, Laserdisc briefly. That was a weird thing. Let's make it a record, but a CD, but a record, but yeah, and you pay stupid amounts of money for a player. Yeah, okay. We'll forget that. But, you know what I mean? Just insert streaming into the slot and crack on as normal. Silly bastards.
Right.
But we'll never change the world. All we can do is sit here and bitch about it.
Yep. And give them our money like idiots.
Yeah, or not. Yar. God, if I ever thought I'd change my stance on that, but honestly, you just...
It's just... I am, of course, so against it, but at the same time, it's like they're almost forcing your hand. Like, especially outside of the country. Like, you don't have a choice. Like, if you want to see something that everybody's talking about, that's literally the only way to do it because there's no rights outside of the country.
Once again, stupidity. Because this was nowhere as bad 10 years ago. 15 years ago. You know what I mean? Funny enough, the world worked.
I mean, as much as it can.
Yeah, you know what I mean? There's always going to be problems. There's no such thing as a utopia. There's no utopic state where everything gets sorted out, where people, we're always going to bash each other over the head with rocks given the opportunity. That's what we are. I don't know. Sooner we understand that and then just limit that we don't devolve into complete chaos, the better. But once again, we're people. We're never going to do that because like to fuck things up.
Yeah.
But anyway, there you go, folks. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and we shall be back maybe sooner than you think. There's a couple of things we want to talk about, but until next time, keep up the channel, do the type of clicky things. And until next time, keep it creepy,
keep it horrific.